Welcome to the reveal of a living room designed to feel both timeless and effortlessly stylish. Today, I'm unveiling a space that proves comfort and elegance can live together beautifully. So, if this is the kind of video you want to watch, please hit the like button and subscribe, and let's enjoy this review. Let's start with the TV media wall because that's like the focal point of this room. When you walk in, you're gonna see this beautiful TV media wall. It's quite a small living room. In fact, every room in this house is small, but we had to make it feel airy and big. The clients really stressed on the fact that they like panels. They love wood. This is one space we have really played around with the wood. You can see here that we introduced the panels on that side because it's a small wall and the clients wanted to have a very large TV. This is a 75-inch TV. So we introduced a bit of panel on that side, a bit of panel on this side, just one shelving on this side of the TV media wall. I know a lot of people are always wary about having shelves on one side. I personally love symmetry, but for this purpose, I feel like it just makes sense. We used to have a pillar here. What we now did was to panel the pillar so that it just adds up to the wall. So instead of just having the white walls and all that, I had to panel this place to even it out. So you would think that the wall extends up to this place. And then on this part, we use it as a storage, okay, so that it doesn't waste, because we wanted the panel on this place. In fact, I'm going to put the mood board for this living room just on the screen so that you guys can understand where the design concept started from. I've never really done this, but I just feel for this particular living room I should share that with you guys. So this was supposed to be a closed off panel, but of course for a small house like this it's important to maximize storage, so we decided to use this space to create a little storage for them while we continue the open shelves downwards. If you notice, we had to create a floating shelf. We didn't want the shelf to go all the way down because of the size of the room. So everything we did on this TV media wall, we had to put into consideration the size of the room. So that's why we left the floor as airy as possible. We have accessorized this TV media wall with the book displayed, and then we have this textured two verses here. This is very beautiful, just doing its thing, adding texture to the space. And we have this two bookends with the books and two levels of picture frames with this very beautiful decor piece. Okay, now we use a darker shade of brown to panel behind the TV, which contrasts a little bit with the shade of brown you have here, just to add that richness to the TV media wall. So we have the panels on both sides to create that symmetry. So this is what we have done with this TV media wall. I feel like it's just so beautiful, and initially I was so much against the client going for 75 inches. Most Nigerians love very large TV, and I tried to discourage him during the first viewing, but I still kept that in mind, because usually when we see clients during our first view, we try to understand what they like. And even though we might not really agree with it, we always try to, put into consideration what they like versus the aesthetics of the space. So we try to find a balance. So at some point, when we agreed on the size or the style of the TV media wall, I realized that it was possible to have the size of TV since we're not having, shelves on that side. So this is just meeting each other halfway. Now over here we have this beautiful chandelier. Of course, it's not DD if there's no chandelier, right? And I love that it is a mixture of smoked and transparent crystals. Very simple light, but it makes a statement in this small living room. And underneath it, we have this transparent glass coffee table. We chose this particular coffee table because it's very open-ended, it's airy, because again it's transparent, isn't it? So we have styled it again with this lovely vase. This vase feels very rich. We have this very beautiful tulips. So we have this very black tray here that we have used to contain the remotes. This nice textured decor piece on here just to add texture to the space, because it's such a smooth surface that it was very necessary to bring in something that had texture. So it just makes sense that everything is properly curated for the client. So we have carpets in the living room, which I always prefer hard flooring, but in a situation where there is carpet, we still need to ground all the pieces or the furniture we have in the space. That's why we have introduced this abstract rug. It has to be neutral so that it keeps the space airy and beautiful. So if you notice, we painted this room. I feel like this is the part I would have spoken about, but I felt when we walked in, the first thing you guys saw was TV media also. But then again, we painted this room with the same color that we used in the master's bedroom, and we kept it very light because the client again likes airy, light colored spaces. So we kept it very light, and that also inspired the color of curtains that we have used here. We have also embroidered the curtains with these very beautiful, I'll call it red orange. I have embroidered both sides. These are custom made curtains specifically for this client to blend into the space. So we have these curtains here on this patio door and over there where we have the window. And then we have also brought in these two accent chairs, very beautiful, because we couldn't introduce two-seater sofa into this small space. I'd say is a warmer shade of maroon, right? Whatever it is, you guys should just see it that way. But again, what I'm trying to say is, so this is like a red orange accent chair, and it's swivel as well. And one thing I love about this chair is the swivel base is wooden, so which ties in with the space. When you come to this side of the wall, we have introduced this bust of mirrors, and I love how we have distributed the mirrors. They look really stylish. They've just added character to the room itself and personalized the room for them. Over here is this three-seater curved sofa. No, I will not say it's cream, it's more of a darker beige color. I love that it's curved. Okay, if you notice, we went for curved chairs and sofa in this room. It just makes a lot of difference. And then we have accessorized with the neutrals, the patterns of the different shades of maroon and blood red, brown, no sorry, red orange. See, some of these colors, if I have my way, I will not be saying them. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I feel like they're just a lot of shades, so you just start from here to here to here. So when we're designing, sometimes we don't even go by the name of the color, we just go by the sample. So that's why it's sometimes difficult for me to say when I'm talking about these things in the video. So whatever you see here, just know that it's different shades of maroon, red, orange, just layering the shades like that. Above the sofa, we have these large frames, and this time around we decided to go with wall light. This is wired wall lights, but we use the wall lights to separate the two frames just to make a difference on the wall. You guys know I love wall lights, so even if wall light is hanging on the ceiling, I'll put it. Anyway, so that's what we have there, and I feel like it's just beautiful, right? And the framed wall art we have here is also a mixture of neutrals, different shades of neutrals. I can't start naming the colors. If you have been following most of our designs, you will know that we like to add practicality to the space. So I would only imagine that if I'm sitting on this three-seater sofa, I might not want to be stretching my hand to place either my coffee or whatever on this coffee table. So that's why we have this super table here. Very handy. You can move it to any side of the the living room, depending on where you're sitting or where you want to use. Here we have also used this geometric throw. I love that it's geometric. It's just different. It's neutral, but I love the geometric design on it. We have used it to add warmth to the space. Throws are always very beautiful. By the way, I'll have throws on all the chairs, all the sofa. But again, it's money, isn't it? We have this dark gray side tables. It's a very unique shaped side table. We have put up this two table lamps. So I love this table lamps because it has this rich brown shade with a gold base, right? And the gold base is a very beautiful patterned gold base. It's so beautiful. I don't know how to explain that. But then we have accessorized with picture frame and candle. Then on this accent chair, you would see that we had to accessorize with these cushions. They are very textured. I love the fringes on them. This is the only cushion you would see fringes on in this living room. I feel like in the entire house, this is the only cushion that we had to fringe. So these are all custom made cushions for the clients. So we custom made all the cushions, we custom made all the curtains in this living room, and it just makes a whole lot of difference. There is always a difference when these things are made from scratch for the clients. So we have this floor lamp here. You can see on the shelf there is LED light on the shelf. So this is just to add lighting to this corner of the room. With the stand just blends in with the space, and I feel like because it's a big floor lamp, it just makes a statement on its own. So behind it we have a large frame, which is something similar to what we have already on the entryway. So we just introduced it into the space to make it feel like the same house. Okay, and we have actually made this living room feel very warm. I love the warmth in the space. I love how luxurious it feels at the same time. I love how custom made the living room feels, because this client displayed their personality and we just picked it and created something very personal to them, created a very beautiful home that will work for them. I really hope they love what they see when they come in here, because we're handing over in few hours, but it's so beautiful. When a client shows us what their personality feels like, or what they are like, or what they like, we like to infuse it into their space, and this is what we have done with this client, and I know that you guys absolutely love it. So tell me what it is that you fancy so much here. I love what we have done with this space. It feels different from what we have done for other clients, and that's what it's all about. Show us or tell us what you like and we'll make it work. Anyway, if you have any project in mind, send us an email with the email in our description box. We'll always put it on the screen here for you as well. Also, make sure to follow all our social media handles, because the transformation videos are always very beautiful. You want to watch that. You don't want to miss it. If you're watching through the window, this is your time to subscribe. We share very, very captivating content on this channel. So this is where we're going to end this 3-bedroom house tour. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this tour. It's a new build and we have tried to put in the client stamp into the space. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. We'll see you in our next video. Stay fabulous. Bye.
I try to figure out who I am. Not sure what I'm doing here, and the days don't work out the way I thought they would. And before you there was no one who understood. Never found somewhere I fit in. Until I met you I was feeling lost, but you're the one who can make it go away. All you have to do is look at me. Sometimes I can't breathe, but it feels like you're the one who saves me. When I try but don't succeed, yeah, it feels like you're the one who saves me, the one who saves me.
I'm trying my best to hold on.